All right, let's go back now to KZN, the Pietermaritzburg High Court, where judgment has just been handed down in the special plea application by former President Jacob Zuma to have Billy Downer recused from his corruption trial. Sipamandla is at the court there. Sipamandla Goge, what's the reaction been to this judgment? Sipa, can you hear me? I think unfortunately we've got some audio problems. We will sort that out and we will then head back straight to the Pietermaritzburg High Court. In the meantime, a date has finally been set for the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. The accused will be back in the dock next year, but his brother is questioning the police investigations. Sfiso Meyiwa says it feels like a cover-up. Both him and AfriForum, who are representing the family, say the mastermind is still at large.
Mastermind behind this, and that the investigations in that direction should proceed. But, you know, we have 5 people before court, and if we cannot convince the state to add other people, then certainly we should now concentrate on this 5 people and finalize the trial. But I just reiterate that if we're dealing with a contract killing, which we believe, then certainly you must have the mastermind charged with all the other accused just to have success in the matter.
I was expecting the court to release these 5 suspects because they are not involved. Not even one of them is involved. The police are just lying. They're making us, I don't want to use a bad word.
Yeah.
But
Why do you say that?
because there's evidence, there's another docket that has evidence. But by there's a lot of dockets. Bias. There's evidence. Even no ministry has let him bophela abantu. If I go vele ukuthi izocindezela icase, ayizange ukuthi izosolve le case.
All right, let's head back to the Pietermaritzburg High Court. Sipamandla Goge is standing outside there for us. Sipa?
Because this has been quite a protracted process that at least now needs to come to an end.
When you say you're ready for trial, here Advocate Billy Downer saying, well, you are ready in the next 2 to 3 weeks, but there is the issue with the Talis representative from abroad.
That is an issue that is being discussed now during the adjournment. After the adjournment, we hope that they will come with a date when we can resume with the proceedings.
But in terms of logistics, in all honesty, do you think 2 to 3 weeks will be enough, will be sufficient for you to commence with the trial?
My understanding is that you are saying in 2 to 3 weeks, not that we will have to roll it out or set it down for 2 to 3 weeks.
Mr. Maka, are you at all concerned about the charges that have now been opened against Mr. Downer, in particular when it comes to casting aspersions on his character, that every time then he stands and tries to lead this particular case, they will always raise the issue of the fact that he's currently being investigated by the authorities?
My understanding is that these were 2 issues, that special plea which has been dispensed with, and then the issue of the charges. No decision has been taken to prosecute Mr. Downer yet. The matter is still with the police. However, it will be objectively dealt with by the DPP office in Pietermaritzburg. So it has no bearing on his performing his duties as a prosecutor in this case, because the issue of the special plea, where they were challenging his title to prosecute, has been dispensed with.
I suppose the other complication, or maybe it's not a complication, you can help me here, is the fact that Mr. Downer is due for retirement. If, for an example, Mr. Zuma's legal team decides to bring forward another application, maybe take this to the Supreme Court of Appeal, are you concerned that your lead prosecutor may not actually be around by the time this trial actually gets underway?
I am not going to get into the issue of his retirement, but I can assure you and the nation that Mr. Downer will see this matter through.
Okay, that is Advocate Mthunzimhaka of the NPA. Yes, he was reacting to the judgment, saying they welcome it, they were expecting to emerge victorious. The former President Jacob Zuma is inside that room, that way he is consulting. We were trying to get some reaction from Mr. Mzwanele Manyi, who speaks on behalf of the Jacob Zuma Foundation. He is inside there with the former President of the Republic. A blow to former President Jacob Zuma. This simply means now that the case, the trial, will go ahead. The matter has been adjourned for about 20 to 15 minutes. because all parties need to agree on a date now to get underway with this trial. They are thrashing out the dates, trying to check which date will work better, because there is an issue with accused number 2, which is co-accused of former President Jacob Zuma. That is the French arms company Thales. Their representative is based in France. There are logistics involved, travel arrangements. With COVID-19, it's not easy to travel to any country during this pandemic. So now all parties here, that is former President Jacob Zuma's legal team, the state and Thales' legal representation or representatives, they are discussing the issue of the dates now to say when can we commence with this trial, which has been hanging around for many years. Even Judge Piet Koen alluding to the fact that this matter needs to get underway as soon as possible. It's been hanging around for a very long time. So when we go back inside courtroom today, we'll have an indication of the proposed dates to all parties agreeing that they will be ready to commence with the trial on a particular date. It may be used as a holding date for now, pending all logistics being in place to get underway with the trial. But it seems as if, according to what Millie Downer said, as the lead prosecutor of the state, he said in the next 2 to 3 weeks they will be ready to commence with the trial, meaning by this year, before the court goes on recess, we could get underway with this trial. But nothing is confirmed for now. All parties are looking at their diaries, trying to see which date will be suitable to have the first witness taking to the witness box and to get underway with this matter.
All right, we're meant to hear in about 10 or 15 minutes when exactly the matter will continue. So we will catch up with you again then, Sipa. But before we let you go, just to find out what the environment is like outside court. Normally when former President Zuma appears in court, there is huge support for him. What's it looking like today?
Not much supporters, simply because those who organize the coordinate supporters said they were not planning to coordinate supporters because this was going to be a judgment. Proceedings were expected to be very brief. Indeed, Judge Piet Koen did not give...
Sipa, unfortunately, the audio is quite bad there. It's quite loud. And when we spoke to Sipa earlier, there was quite a lot of security personnel and lots of people buzzing in and around the courtroom. So